The town of Sidi Bouzid, where the first seed of the Arab uprisings was sown when street vendor Mohamed Bouazizi set himself on fire in protest at local officials. Nearly 4 years on, Tunisia is about to take the next step on its shaky journey from dictatorship to democracy. But there appears to be early disillusionment.
I don't have confidence in politicians. If they're worthy, then they wouldn't have left our country in this situation since the revolution.
In the 2011 election, after that revolution, ideological disputes over Tunisian identity and the role of Islam dominated. Now the focus is on the economy, and that could hit voter turnout, says Gerasimos Sourapas of the London School of Oriental and African Studies.
The unemployment rate, for instance, currently in Tunisia is 16-17%, which is quite high and comparable to levels before the Tunisian uprisings. If you look at youth unemployment, it's over 30-35%.
Despite the faltering economy, Sourapas says Tunisia's transformation should not be underestimated. In 2012, Tunisia appeared on the brink of descending into chaos after the assassination of 2 opposition politicians. Hardline Islamists were convicted of the murders, and the ruling Islamist Ennahda party accused of tolerating extremists. Ennahda agreed to hand power to a caretaker government pending fresh elections. Ennahda leader Rached Ghannouchi says the party is prepared to work together with rival parties after the election.
We have become more realistic and more aware of the nation's reality, capable of building consensus and more convinced by the consensus policy.
Ennahda is unlikely to enjoy the same success it had in the 2011 elections, says Gerasimos Sourapas.
This is because, having been in opposition for so many decades, they were able to put forth a very popular program and agenda that once they get to power, however, they're forced to make concessions, they're forced to compromise.
Political observers say it is that willingness to compromise that has rescued Tunisia from the unrest and violence seen in other Arab Spring countries like Egypt and Libya. Again, Gerasimos Sourapas.
Back in 2011, Tunisia still was able to serve as this beacon of this model for the remaining countries in transition across the Arab world. So there was a sense of responsibility. 3 years down the line, Egypt, Syria, Yemen, all these states have taken such different routes that they are highly unlikely to follow the Tunisian example nowadays.
The presidential election will be held in November. Ennahda has opted against fielding a candidate, it says, for the sake of Tunisian unity. Henry Ridgwell for VOA News, London.